Pranam Swamiji. We are in our 27th class of Mundakopanishad with Swamiji. We are now in chapter 2, section 1, mantra 5. I welcome everyone here. The last half hour, as usual, is set aside for questions with Swamiji. This morning, Yogacharya Venudas ji will chant shlokas 5 and 6 from Dashasloki. Venudas ji.
Namaste, namaste, Swamiji. Shruti smriti purana alayam karunalayam namami bhagavat padam shankaram lokashankaram namastasmai bhagavate Shankaracharya Rupine Yena Vedanta Vidyeyam Uddhrita Vedasagarat Adha Dashashloki Na chordhvam, na chadho, na chandar, na bahyam, na madhyam, na tiryang, na purva paradik. Niyadvyapakattvada ghandhaika rupah stadeko vasishta shiva kevaloham stadeko vasishta shiva Kevaloham na shuklam na krishnam na raktam na pitam na kubjam na pinam na hrasvam na dirgham arupam tadha jyotirakarakatvad tadeko vasishta shiva kevaloham tadeko vasishta Shiva Kevaloham Tadego Vasishta Shiva Kevaloham.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatra Sthirairangai Stushtuvam Sastanobhir Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vridhashrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starkshyo Arishtanemi Swastino Brihaspati'r Dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So again, a gap came in our class. It is quite natural because now the scenario is changing. All of us were locked up in our own places earlier. Now, classes and regular travelings all are coming back. And that is why we cannot attend all these online classes now. But however, we will find out some way so that we can continue these classes without interruption. I think we can fix 2 days a month. Then it will go smoothly. So however, after a considerably long break, we are coming together. In our last session, we have seen the 4th mantra of the 2nd khanda. First khanda in the 2nd mundaka. And it was Agnirmurdha chakshushi chandrasuryav dishashrotre vak vivrutascha vedah vayuh prano hrudayam vishwamasya padbhyām pṛthivyām yesha sarva bhutantaratma. This was the mantra we discussed in our last session. So there, the idea conveyed is even though there are differences in the transactional plane between the individual and the universal, from the highest point of view, there is no difference at all. Both are one and the same. Vyashti, that is the individual, and the samashti, that is the universal. Or in other words, the microcosm and the macrocosm. The difference is only in the external appearance or manifestation. When we go to the substance, both are same. So that is the idea conveyed through that mantra. Now, in the 5th mantra, we are going to see all the manifestations, everything in this phenomenal plane are basically coming from one existence absolute. So the mantra is tasmādagniḥ samidho yasya sūryaḥ somātparjanya oṣadhayaḥ pṛthivyām pumānretaḥ siñcati yoṣitāyāṃ bahvīḥ prajāḥ puruṣātsaṃprasūtāḥ. Let us see the mantra once more. tasmādagniḥ samidho yasya sūryaḥ somātparjanya oṣadhayaḥ pṛthivyām pumānretaḥ siñcati yoṣitāyāṃ bahvīḥ prajāḥ puruṣātsaṃprasūtāḥ. Tasmād agniḥ samidhah yasya sūryaḥ somātparjanya oṣadhayaḥ pṛthivyām pumānretaḥ siñcati yoṣitāyāṃ bahvīḥ prajāḥ puruṣātsaṃprasūtāḥ. So here it is said tasmād. Tasmād means from that. From that. So we are discussing here about the Brahman, the imperishable existence on which everything else are existing. So that discussion began from the very beginning of this khanda. The first mantra was tadedat satyam yatha sudiptat pavagat vispullingaha sahasrasha prabhavande sarupah tadhaksharat vividha somya bhavaha prajayande tatra chaivapiyanti. This was the first mantra, and that prakarana is going on. It is continuing. So that mantra says vividhaha bhavaha aksharadu prajayante. All the manifestations are coming from that imperishable Brahman. That is the topic here. And all the mantras we learned after that are added to that main theme. So the concept is there are manifestations, and in the manifestation level, differences are there. All these differences, all these manifestations, all these are coming from one existence absolute, which is imperishable, aksharam. So the same subject is discussed here also in this mantra. So tasmad means from that. From what? From that imperishable Brahman. From that imperishable Brahman, Agnihi. So Agni is manifesting, or Agni is coming out. Normally the verbal meaning of Agni is fire. Agni is fire. Agre nayati iti Agni. Who is taking all the oblations to different devatas. He is called Agni. He is the carrier. But here, in this prakaranam, in this context, the meaning of Agni is the highest world. That is the Dviloka. Because it is said in the Shruti itself, Dviloko vava Gautamagni. Hey Gautama, verily Agni is Dviloka. Agni is Dviloka. Dviloka is the highest world. Highest world. So there are different levels of worlds, or different levels of manifestations, and we are in this earth. And above this earth, there are many, many levels of manifestations. And the highest is Dviloka. Dviloka is the highest. So in our Shastras, especially in the Veda, Dviloka is called by the name Agni. That meaning we have to take here. So tasmādagniḥ, from that imperishable Brahman emerges or manifests Agni. That is the Dviloka, the highest world. Yasya, of which, or of whose, samidho is a firewood. When it is used in Agnihotra, it is called samidho. So the idea is from which fire is light and heat are coming out, are manifesting. That is samidho. Samidho is sūryaḥ. Surya is the firewood. So in the Dviloka, what is there? The meaning of Dviloka itself is the world having highest effulgence, the effulgent sphere. The meaning of Dviloka. Verbal meaning of Dviloka is the world, a loka, with the highest rate of effulgence. The effulgent world. That is the meaning. So if it is effulgent world, there must be something or somebody which is giving that light, which is giving that effulgence to that. Who is that? That is sun, sūryaḥ. So Surya is considered as the firewood. So Dviloka, it manifests from that imperishable Brahman. And in the Dviloka, Surya or sun is giving the light and heat. We can discuss in detail later. First, let us have an idea of this mantra. Then we will explain. We will have to explain. Because this mantra is pregnant with deeper meanings. So tasmādagniḥ, from that imperishable Brahman, manifest Dviloka, which is shined by, or which is lighted by Surya. Somātparjanya, from Soma, the verbal meaning of Soma is moon. But here we have to take the indicative meaning. Because it is said here, somātparjanya. Somat, from Soma, manifest or comes, parjanya, clouds. So clouds are being manifested from Soma. So we cannot take the verbal meaning of Soma here. Verbal meaning of Soma can be moon or Shiva. Meaning of Soma is Shiva. There is one who is always with Uma. He is Soma. So it is Lord Shiva, Bhagavan Parameshwara. Or Soma is moon. Soma is moon. Soma. So here the indicative meaning we have to take. What is the indicative meaning? That is the world around the moon. So there are many, many layers of manifestations. And we are seeing behind this Duloka, the atmosphere, and above the atmosphere, there is the sphere or level where it is said condensed water is there. Condensed water. So that world or that layer of manifestation where plenty of water is surrounding this earth, that field is referred here by the name Soma. So somātparjanya. From that Soma manifest parjanya. Parjanya is cloud. So first, there is the Duloka. And in the Duloka, there is Surya, who is just like a firewood, giving that light in that world. That is Duloka. Then there is Parjanya, that is clouds. Just like the light in the Duloka is coming from Surya, Parjanya is coming from Soma. Soma is that sphere, that layer. Then pṛthivyām oṣadhayaḥ. Pṛthivyām oṣadhayaḥ. Pṛthivyām, in the Prithvi. Prithvi is earth. In this earth, oṣadhayaḥ. That is all the plant kingdom. That is the vegetations. All the vegetations are there in this earth. So first let us see the meaning and then we will explain this mantra. We will have to see in detail. So pṛthivyām oṣadhayaḥ. In the earth there are vegetations. Oṣadhayaḥ, it is a plural form. So oṣadhayaḥ. Then pumān, man. Pumān is man here. Siñcati. Siñcati means pouring or dropping or giving. Retaḥ. Retaḥ is semen. puruṣābījaḥ. Retaḥ. Semen. Where yoṣitāyāṃ. Yoṣita is woman. yoṣitāyāṃ, in the woman or in a woman. So man is pouring or dropping his semen into a woman. Bahvīḥ prajāḥ. Bahvīḥ, in plenty or many. Prajāḥ, beings, many beings. Samprasūtāḥ, are being born. samprasūtāḥ, are born or are being born. From where? Puruṣāt. From Purusha. From this Purusha, who is full, or with whom everything is full, he is Purusha. Purnam anena sarvam iti Purushaha. By whom everything is filled, he is Purusha. So from that Purusha, who is said to be the imperishable Brahman in this context, from him, from that Purusha, all the beings are coming into existence. So this is the mantra. So before going into the explanation, we have to have a rough idea of Panchagni. Because Panchagni is referred here. In the Chandogya Upanishad and in many other Upanishads also, we can get detailed expositions of Panchagni. Panchagni means 5 fires. All these manifestations we are seeing and we are experiencing can be divided into 5 Agnis. The first Agni is Diloka. First Agni is Diloka. Then second Agni is clouds. Or some says it is water. Both are same. Cloud is nothing but water. It is in the condensed form. So it is the second fire. And third fire is this earth. This earth is the third fire. Then the fourth fire is man. Man is the fourth fire. And fifth fire is woman. Woman is the fifth fire. So it is a symbology for deeper upasanas. Because when we are seeing this world around us, there is no meaning in negating this world, saying, no, this is mithya, this is mithya. There is no meaning in that. Because we are experiencing this world around us. So then, what acharyas are teaching us, you do one thing, observe this universe, how it is being manifested. See the way in which it is manifested. And there are different stratas. And all these are coming from one same cause. So effects are many, cause is one. So you first observe that and follow that observation. Then it will become an upasana. Upasana, it's not sitting somewhere and chanting some mantra. Of course, we have to sit somewhere and chant mantra. That is another thing. But real upasana is making a correct attitude. Correct observation pattern. Correct mode of inculcating the correct mode of accepting this universe. Are phenomena around us. That is upasana. So for these 5 fires are explained. And Chandogya Upanishad asks us to do this upasana. Panchagni Vidya. Vidya means upasana. There are many meanings for Vidya, and one important meaning is upasana. So Panchagni Vidya is Panchagni Upasana. So when we see this world, for example, we are seeing all these beings around us. All these beings, human beings, and many other beings. We are in the midst of all this. So all are different in our perception. In our perception, all are different. Nobody is similar. Of course, identical. So I am living in this universe where everything are distinct from one another. Differentiation is there. Now I am seeing, oh, all these beings came from one mother. All these beings, whether it is cat or dog or cow or human being, bird, whatever it is, even a worm. All the beings are coming from one mother, that is woman. So take that woman as a fire. Now, from where woman is getting this seed? From where? No doubt, from man. So there is the masculine principle. There is the feminine principle. So she is getting that seed, that semen, from a man. It may be different form. And the mode of manifestation may be different. It is different in birds and mammals. It is different in the case of small beings and mammals. But there is a process. And it is the same. Man is pouring the semen into the woman and she is giving birth. So man is a fire. Now, both are eating food. Basic food is vegetations. But if you are eating some other beast, animals, birds, they are eating vegetables. Or even if they are eating some other moving creatures, of course they will be living on vegetables. So the first source of energy for us is vegetations. There is no doubt in that. So vegetations. Where these vegetations are growing? Of course, in this earth. In this earth. So earth is another fire. Earth is another fire. Now, from where earth is getting this? Now vegetation will come. without rain. So there must be rain. So rain is another fire. Rain is another fire. See? Now, rain or cloud, from where it is coming? Then it is from the higher world. So the higher world include the atmosphere and the regions above atmosphere and even the Diloka. So all this together we are calling Diloka. Just as when we say the king gave a punishment to him. He sent him to jail. It is not the king who is sending him to jail. There are many, many layers of officers under the king. And as per the instruction or judgment given by the king, they are working. There may be 10 or 15 layers of officers and staff. But we will say it is the order of the king. Just like that. There is atmosphere, there are many realms in between the atmosphere and the Diloka, but all these higher worlds are included in one category, that is Diloka. So Diloka is the first fire. So these are the 5 fires. Let us repeat once more. Diloka, then Parjanya, then Prithivī, then Puman, then yoṣitāyāṃ. That is the highest world, then the clouds or water, then the earth, then the man, then the woman. So through these 5 agnis, all these manifestations are coming. So I can repeatedly contemplate on this and see this whole phenomenal world around me as these 5 agnis. And then from where these are coming, in that way, I will reach at the conclusion that all these manifestations are coming from one imperishable Brahman. So for that, the Panchagni Vidya is advised. So it is coming in the 4th khanda of the 5th chapter in the Chandogya Upanishad. I'm not going to explain those mantras, but let us have an introduction, a basic introduction into those mantras. Asau vava loko gautamagni tatsya aditya eva samidho jasmayo dhumo ahararchihi chandrama angara nakshatrani visphulinga. Hey Gautama, you please understand this. This Diloka, the highest world, is Agni. And the firewood is Sūryaḥ, Adityaḥ. And the smoke coming out of that Agni is the rays of the sun. And flames, day, moon, and the stars around. We must not take this mantra in the verbal meaning, verbal sense. But what is indicated, we have to find out and understand that. So when we are seeing the highest world, where all these stars, moon, sun, all this, then we are saying that world is a fulgent world. And because it is effulgent, we are calling it by the name Bilokaha. So that is the first Agni. Then the second Agni is Parjanyo Vava Gaudama Agni Tasya Vayureva Samidho Abhram Dhumo Vidyudarchihi Ashani Rangara Hladano Visphulingaha Hladanayo Visphulingaha. So clouds, cloud is the second Agni, O Gautama. And the firewood is air, and the flames and that emerging from that Agni are the lightnings, the thunder, all this. So clouds, that is the second Agni. And third Agni is pṛthivyām gaudamagni tasya samvatsara eva samidho akasho dhumo ratrirarchihi disho angara avantara disho visphulingaha. So the third Agni is Prithivī, this earth. And there the firewood is samvatsara, the year. Then there are many flames, just like the atmosphere, the night, and all the sides around, all this. Then there is the fourth Agni, that is Purusho Vava Gaudamagni Tasya Vageva Samidha Prano Dhumo Jihva Archihi Chakshurangara Shrotram Visphulingaha. Then the man is the fourth Agni. The firewood is Vag. Vag is the firewood. Then there are many forms of manifestations from that, like prana, then the jihva, tongue, chakshuhu, eye, shrotram, ear, all this. Then the fifth Agni is Yosha Vava Gautama Agni Tasya Upastha Eva Samidho Upamantrayate Sadhumo Yonirarchihi Yadandah Karodite Angaraha Abhinanda Visphulingaha. Then the fifth Agni is woman. There, her navel part is the firewood. Then there are many manifestations from that fire, many flames. And what are these? The vagina and the process of inserting penis into that, and the sounds coming out when that process is happening from the woman, all these are flames. So 5 Agni is explained, or we can get a detailed exposition of these Agnis in the Chandogya Upanishad. So we must have a vague idea at least to learn this mantra. So all these Agni, they are coming from one single cause. And that is the imperishable Brahman. And therefore, all the manifestations in this universe are nothing but those coming out of that impersonal, imperishable Brahman. So that is the idea. Now let us see this mantra, tasmādagniḥ, from that imperishable Brahman, Agni, that is the Diloka, the highest world, is manifesting. And in this highest world, sun is considered as the firewood. It is giving the light. Sun is giving the light. And then from the sphere of moon, not from the moon, from the sphere of moon, clouds are emerging. And from that clouds, all these vegetations in this earth, that is the third Agni. And from those vegetations, pumānretaḥ siñcati yoṣitāyāṃ. Puman, the man, he gets the seed, he gets the semen. If he is not eating, no semen will be produced. You have to have food. And basic food is vegetables. So that is the fourth Agni. And then he is pouring that semen into the woman. yoṣitāyāṃ siñcati. And from that, bahvīḥ prajāḥ. Bahvīḥ in many forms. In many forms, all these beings are coming out, are manifesting. So this is what we are seeing in this world. This everybody is seeing. All are seeing this. But what the Rishi is seeing, that is the Vedic vision. This much everybody are observing all these things. But what the inference Rishi is deriving, it is puruṣātsaṃprasūtāḥ prajāḥ. All these manifestations, all these beings are coming from that Purusha. Because all these fires, all these Agnis are coming out of him. And therefore, all the manifestations in this universe are from that Purusha. So that is the Vedic vision. The other everybody can see. See? So in the fourth mantra, it was said there is no difference between the microcosm and the macrocosm. The individual and the universal are one and the same. And here it is said, all these manifestations are coming from one single entity, which is the imperishable Brahman. So that is the idea. Now we will go to the next mantra in our next class. So if you want to ask anything, you can ask. If I know, I'll reply.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.
Namaste. First question is from Sri Venudas ji.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste, namaste.
Swamiji, if the beauty is manava manokalpitam, what will be the true beauty and where it is? Please, thank you.
See, we are seeing this world, many objects of the world. Who is seeing? I am seeing. Each and every individual is seeing. So we are seeing. I am seeing. There are many things, many manifestations. And the process of seeing, it is the same in all human beings. It is the same. So there is one object, and the seer, and the process of seeing. But when I see an object, when I am seeing an object, for example, one flower, or a plant, or a bird, or an animal, or a mountain, or a tree, or a forest, whatever it is, or a river. How I am accepting? Flower is a flower for all, but I am enjoying the beauty in that. Or I am seeing the great service it is rendering to the world. Or I am seeing it is a repository of all greatness. And I am enjoying the beauty in all this. As a beautiful flower, as a source of sustenance, as one who is helping this the cycle of procreation going on. So in all this, I am having that inner joy. Somebody else is seeing that same flower. So he will calculate the fiscal value of that, and he will pluck that, cut it, and will take to the market. And it is only a product or an object to be sold. And then another man is saying the same. He will be happy. He will purchase that. Why he is purchasing? He is seeing the value. And therefore he is giving the money. Then he will take it to his home. He will present it to his wife or his daughter. She will put it on her hair. Or he will not give it to his wife. He will straight away, he will take it to the puja room. He will adore devatas. He will do puja with that flower. In all this, he is having that enjoyment. All these stages. The other man also. And I went back to that place just to see that flower and to have that beauty and enjoyment. Then I saw it is no more there. It has gone. So what will be the feeling I am having with it? It is sorrow. But many people had happiness with that. But I am having sorrow now because of the absence. So all this depends on the mental structure. All this depends on our personal outlook. This is from the individual point of view. So for one who is seeing a great divine craft in all these manifestations, everything around us are filled with greatness, that grandeur, that beauty, all divine qualities. Everything, irrespective of this and that. There is no distinctions. Everything. For him who is seeing this world around us as the divine craft. Because all this manifested from one Ishvara. So everything in this world, all these phenomena are beautiful. Because everything, touch of that highest is there. So for him, this world is Sundara. Why? Because it came from Shivam. And that Shivam is nothing but Satyam. So where is this beauty? Everywhere. Everywhere. A mother took her child and with many beautiful clothes and many other flowers, garlands, this, that, many materials. She made the child, in her opinion, more and more cute. And she went for her job. So I am seeing that beauty in the child. Now, the child took so many items like charcoal, black ink or paint, and the child started playing. He pasted that paint on his face. Now it is fully black. But I am seeing the same beauty. That mother may not see that beauty there. And mother may shout, "What you are doing? What nonsense you are doing?" But I am seeing the beauty. There is a beauty in that. Because there is a beauty, the child did that. In the activities of that child, that innocence, I am seeing the beauty. So where is the beauty? This is the question. So I am putting back that question to you. All the creations, all the manifestations, you are a singer. Basically, you are a singer and you are a yoga teacher. But even before a yoga teacher, you was a singer, a musician. When you were a student of music, You identified certain voices of quail, then peacock, like that. And you termed different swaras with those sounds. In your school, under a teacher, you didn't learn the voice of crow in that. But when you grow up, when you can hear the music in all the manifestations, you will definitely enjoy that also. There is no doubt in that. So where is the beauty? So in the whole manifestation, it is there. Because the basic nature of Ishvara is Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Everywhere that Saundarya is there. Everywhere. So whose capacity to observe is not veiled by many curtains of ignorance. He can enjoy all these manifestations as those coming from one Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, and then that beauty is everywhere. That beauty is everywhere. More than this, I cannot answer. This is the answer. Namaste. Namaste.
Next question is from Sri Arun Babuji.
Namaste. This is based on today's class. Basically, the general definition of loka is the experimental or experiential plane, and that is experienced through our five senses. And because of that, every loka is unique to everyone and which is distinct in nature. So as per today's class, when we're talking about the loka, which is a diloka, which is expressed in a higher loka where above atmosphere or above the region of atmosphere. So how the definition of that, the loka, what we have initially understood, and how we can connect this. So is this loka is also can be experienced through our five senses. That's it. I don't know whether I conveyed the question correctly.
Yeah, it's clear. Question is clear. Of course, as you said, the basic meaning of loka is that which is seen. Lokyate iti loka. Lokyate iti loka. That which is seen is the loka. And here, the first loka is diloka. And diloka is above the atmosphere, and that you are not seeing. We are not seeing that. Then how it is a loka? The answer is our acharyas, rishis, they identified different layers of existence. So we are limited by our vision. We are limited by our vision. But those who can see more and more, they explained their experience out of love and compassion to the world. There, lokas like bhuvaha, suvaha, mahaha, janaha, tapaha, satyaha. All these lokas are there. We are in the bhuloka. We are limited by this bhuloka. What are there in this bhuloka we are seeing? And of course, sitting here, we can see the atmosphere. The atmosphere also is included in the bhuloka. Then above the atmosphere, there are many, many layers. Like bhuvaha, then suvaha. In this suvaha, actually, source of light like sun, etc., are moving. Suvarityadityaha, so says the Veda. And above that, there are many layers. And the rishis identified and they named and taught. Here, when we take this as three, that is bhuhu, antariksham, and diloka, all the layers, all the words above antariksha are taken together and the name is given diloka. So within the diloka, there are many, many. And how it is loka? It is also experienced. It is also manifested. It is also manifested. But it is not experienced as we are experiencing things around us. So this is the answer.
Thank you, sir.
Over and above this bhumi and atmosphere, many layers are there. All are called lokas. And there must be different grades of experiences there. There must be. It is only an inference. We do not know. But acharyas are teaching that. Even though this is not the main topic of Vedanta, in the Vedic text, all these are explained. So there are different levels of experiences and therefore different lokas. Because each and every loka is a certain grade of experience. Above that, below that, another loka will come. So there are many lokas. All are called lokas. Even if we are not seeing, we are calling it loka because that will be experienced by some other beings, higher beings or lower beings. That is the reply. Namaste.
Sri Venudas ji has one more question.
What it is?
Venudas ji, you are muted. Can you repeat the question again?
Excuse me. Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste. Namaste.
Swamiji, it's a question that connected to my profession here. As a humble yoga teacher, it comes that there are several people come across to me and they express that they don't like themselves. They really, literally, they say they hate themselves. And they ask me sometimes, some of them, they would like to get rid of that. They want to feel better. And they ask how this could be possible. And my question is that how come some people, they hate themselves? And what is the cause of this samskara in this life that they feel like that? Namaste, Swamiji.
It's a very, very complicated topic, because basically our nature is that of Ananda. Our essential nature is bliss absolute. And that we are experiencing. We are having the experience of that bliss all the days during our sushupti. We are getting a glimpse of that. And it is the experience of all beings in this world, irrespective of whether he or she is unlearned or learned, a layman or a scholar. It is the experience of everybody that I am loving me most. I am loving me most. Because of that love, which is having within, I am loving everything and everybody else. This being the case, the question is how people are hating themselves. Nowadays, many are saying this, repeating this. It is not the case in one country. Everywhere we can see this, self-hating. I hate myself. I don't want to live. I'm going to commit suicide. I'm not seeing any meaning in this life. If you are not seeing any meaning, try to see meaning. This human birth is the most valuable one. That we got. We can have the experience of the absolute in this life itself. We have that eligibility. Then see that greatness. This we have to repeat in this world. Greatness of human being. I do not know the greatness of different devatas above. Of course, I have seen, I have read the many shastras where the greatness of Ganapati, greatness of Subramanya, greatness of Vishnu, greatness of Shiva, all are extolled. I do believe, but I do not know. I do not know the greatness of Allah, or I do not know the greatness of Jehovah, or I do not know the greatness of Vishnu or Shiva. But I know the greatness of myself. I am great. I have that bliss within. I am loving me most. And I can spread this love and bliss around me. This cognition must be there. But what to do? The instrument to understand or the instrument to cognize is our intellect. And it is veiled by many, many layers, many, many superimpositions. Then even though that greatness is there, we are not finding it out. We are not recognizing. And instead of that, we are saying this and that. That is sight we are getting through refracted vision. See, when refraction happens, we will see an object and it will not be the correct object. We are seeing. But in between, there was another medium having another density, and therefore the refraction came. It happened. So we are seeing the life not in its totality, but partially we are seeing, refracted vision we are having, and therefore we are not having a clear and correct picture of the world or myself. That is one point. Another is, as we are human beings, whether we are living in Europe or America or Australia or India or wherever it is, and even in the space stations, we are human beings. And the very base of human life is dharma. Dharma. Then comes artha and kama. Of course, we must have kama, we must have artha. But the basic puruṣātsaṃ is dharma. Everywhere it is dharma, if we are human beings. But when we are not getting that, we will not have that value consciousness which is coming out of this dharma consciousness. So from dharma consciousness will come values or value consciousness that we won't get. So basic requirement or basic object of imparting education is giving this value consciousness to our next generation. Now, this aspect is lacking in the education system. Everywhere. We are getting many informations. We are getting many expertise in different fields of objects. But who is the subject? Who is observing all these objects? That we are not studying, we are not getting that. And because of that lack of dharmic education, this value system is lacking. Even though it is there, we are not recognizing. So what we can do in this present day world? Work as we can. Work as much as we can to spread the value system, to spread the concept of dharma, teach the world the greatness of man. Live for some days, some time, some years, see all Ishwaras, gods and all. Let them stay there in their own world. If Allah is great, let him be great. If Jehovah is great, let him be great. If Vishnu is great, let him be great. If Shiva is great, let him be there. Because if they are great, they won't lose their greatness. If they are great, they will be great always. See the greatness in man. See the greatness of man. Spread that greatness. That is the subject matter of Vedanta. We are not negating or criticizing others. But see the greatness is in man. Teach that. And why people are hating themselves? As we have seen earlier, the intellect is veiled by different layers of curtains. We help them to remove one after another. Love them. Show that love. When they feel that love, they will also start feeling that inside. Because nowadays people are not seeing love. Everywhere lust is there. And the pity is, we are mistaking lust as love. I'm loving her, I'm loving him, we are saying. When we analyze, it will be lust, not love. So, we must get that love from our mother. We must get that love from our father in our childhood. And Shastras, they will ask us to love ourselves. Bhadram karnebhi shrunuyama devaha. Bhadram pashyem akshabhirya jatraha. There are prayers like that. Brahmavarchasi bhuyasam. Viraja vipapma bhuyasam. How many mantras are there? Jihvame madhumattamam. Karnabhyam bhuri vishravam. How many mantras are there? All this teaches us to love ourselves, respect ourselves. Self-love, self-respect, self-esteem. So, work as much as we can. It's a complicated topic. And there is another aspect also. Here, when we converse with the children, small kids, they say, Swami, I hate my mother. I hate my father. I don't like them. Just imagine. Many children are saying so. Small kids. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. I hate my mother. She is not loving me. She is sitting with her mobile phone. She is sitting with her computer, laptop. She don't have time to care me. I hate her. Everything they are purchasing and giving. Many toys, many dolls, this, that. Many equipments to play. Computer. And many sets of cartoon films in that. All they are giving. Even then I am not loving them. I hate them. because they don't love me. I know that. See, many children are saying this. What a sadness. What is happening to the world? We are amassing wealth and we are saying it is for the next generation. And we are not caring the next generation. Then this is happening. So there must be a total paradigm shift. So who will make that? We will make that. We must make that. Or we will try to make that. Try our best. That is the answer. But this is not an answer, I know that. Because it's a very complicated topic. But it is a fact. Namaste.
Namaste.
So
Namaste,
now we
Swamiji.
can conclude. Now we can conclude. And
Swamiji, one quick question. Do we have
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita class in English today evening?
yes. Yes, we can have. I will call them, but after some time we will call. Now it is midnight there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we can conclude this.
Yeah.
Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pasye Makshabhiryajatra Sthirairangai Stushtovam Sastanubhir Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vridhashravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Starksho Arishtanemi Swastino Brihaspati Dadhatu Om Shanti 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 Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.